you need it. I be feeling like you need it. It's like even like with the speaking engagements or the Mr. Favorite Star or the books or whatever. Like most of that stuff be like I don't know. Most of it's like on the ground, so it's just me by myself. Which and like I said, it should be. I ain't complaining. Like I think it's important. I think that's important. You know, but it's a two-headed snake because it's like all right, you want to go out there and you want to grind and you want to get it off the bat, you know. But then you also got to make sure that you don't spread yourself too thin. And I think the beautiful thing about it is that it does build character, you know. But then you have those people as you do walk in your path or whatever that may be, and things align that those people just somehow miraculously come out of nowhere and they're able to service whatever you want to do. I mean, literally, you can't even make it up. Like you literally just can't make it up how it goes. I mean, even like last week, we go down and I had a chance, so I'm out there uptown Charlotte. Charlotte. I'm out there.
You know I love Charlotte.
Oh my
you
God,
know I love Charlotte.
Going crazy.
You know I love Charlotte.
Come on, man. Uptown Charlotte, and it's crazy because so back in September I went down to Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I had an institute up there. I was up there to take care of and like kind of support in a sense, but also coordinate and outreach to those different universities to help them kind of coordinate and really just impact Fayetteville State University. You know, what does it look like to get those companies down to Fayetteville State? Mm-hmm. I'm talking to a couple dudes, and I seen Wells Fargo. I'm telling them like, listen, how can we get Wells Fargo man down here to like just really mess with what Fayetteville State is doing and just open up exposure, showing us something different that we ain't seen before. He's like, hey man, you think about working here? I'm like, that wasn't the case because at the time I already had Blue Cross Blue Shield remotely. So I'm like, yeah, we cool, you know, and that's just off the strength of somebody throwing me a bone. You know what I'm saying? Just because I do a lot of free work. I'm a firm believer in like literally doing a lot of free work, man, to push you in rooms. So I don't even call it free most. I just call it waiving the fee. You just waive your fee because it's something bigger, man. It's a whole bigger purpose. And so, man, I'm like, we go out there off the strength. He ended up like, yo, go home, apply, do the interview. So we got the job on the spot, which was decent. But then I'm like, yo, we went to the Truist joint. Truist got a bank. I see a dude named Deacon Hart, right? So he put me on, but my resume fell through. Mm-hmm. So I was going to end up going to Truist, but I didn't. So I walked downtown last week. I see Deacon on the side of the road. Now, you know how I had me a black moment. I'll be real, I had a little black moment.
Hey, cut!
Hey, yo! What? Hey! He looking around. It's me! Zay, right? He come over, we chop it. I'm telling him, and we just chopping it. You know what I'm saying? We, boom. Hey, man, I just published 2 books, man. I'm going crazy. I'm on top. I'm going speaking. I'm trying to do this. I'm doing that. And he like, yo, he's like, yo, I'll buy one. Let me get one. And I had to pause for a minute, cause I don't know. I mean, now this is, I think it's interesting, right? Because it's like I'm in a space right now where it's like, man, I'm not even a guy that just the smallest thing get me. Literally. The smallest thing. I don't need you to buy no book. You just being like, hey man, I like what you're doing. My day you just made my day. And now you're always a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. I just accept people how they are, literally. So it's like, boom, buy a book. But I didn't expect that because we just shopping it. So I reached out to my guy 2 weeks back prior to. I'm like, man, listen, I got to get me connected with Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I think these 2 books right now, these 2 manifestation journals could be huge. Like, because it's like, the idea behind it is more intricate than just 2 journals, right? Right now, we did a study conducted that, what if adults weren't prepared to make mistakes? Like, what if they could just think creatively? Like, similar to like how children are, because they're so tapped into the imaginary side of their mind. And so now there is no limit, right? There is no sky. They just think, and if they want to, I want to fly with the planes. And like, in their mind, it can happen. So why can't it happen, right? It's like, what if adults could think like that? How could that directly enhance or correlate to the growth in the professional and educational side? And so not only are you growing yourself, but man, your business is growing, or whatever business you're a part of is growing. And it's like, what if you make it mandatory between us, the consumer, the student, the worker, and then the boss or the teacher? Mm-hmm. And so now you create this integrity piece. And so now the rate of retention goes up because they're holding you accountable. And so you no longer need to just give up on you, because now it's like, man, it's easy for us to be like, I ain't gonna go to the gym tomorrow. But if you told me, hey, Zay, man, I'd say I'm gonna get up every morning and go to the gym. I'm calling like, hey, Tess, you go to the gym? I gotta hold you accountable now. So now you figure, shoot, you can't let us both down. You know what I'm saying? So that's the journey. And I'm dropping this all on this dude in 12 o'clock traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, you about, all right, man, I'm gonna get up with you. We chopped it. He said, hey, man, listen, go down to Thurgood Marshall. They down the street. What? I done ran upstairs because I called my homeboy 2 weeks prior to, Tristan Rainey. Shout out Tristan Rainey. He like, hey, I'm gonna get you connected. Never did, mind you. I just charted up. Like, people are busy, right? Yeah. So for them to be down the street from where I stay at, come on. Ran upstairs. He like, they're at the Marriott. There's 4 Marriotts in the tri-state area. I done ran around 20 blocks, 2 miles at least. I'm drenched out sweat. I go upstairs. Deshaun, right? Mr. Deshaun, he's over the entire Thurgood Marshall for all like any coordinating type, right? I finally get to the Marriott. I'm drenched. Hey, Mr. Deshaun, hey, my name. He like, man, I gotta go to lunch. I'm like, listen, just give me 30 seconds at a time. He said, go ahead. I said, listen, I'm Issiah McLean. I'm the Prime Minister of Fayetteville State University. I work at West Fargo. I want to know how I can implement these 2 journals to help out the betterment of black individuals grow inside corporate spaces. He like, man, listen, this is what we'll do. I'm on vacation Monday and Tuesday, but here's my number. Let's set up a time to talk next week. It's like, man, you just got to bet on yourself. And literally, God will just align how it aligns. Like, I can't make it up. It literally just be working like that. Hey, man, listen, man.
But a lot of people will that are in the process of doing it. But let's just say the average person, it'll be like, you put in the work. You put in the work without the idea if this passes or fails. You just working. It's not no give up. It's like, all right, today I'm gonna do it. And the third day, I'm gonna take a little break. But 4th, 5th, 6th day, I'm back on it. I don't know when the breakthrough gonna come, but I'm gonna keep working. That not stop
is different.
That not stopping, bro. That consistency, man. That's everything, bro. That's what I'm learning in life. Consistency is so much, bro.
And so much, bro. It's, man, I can't make it up, cause it's like, and the dope part about it, what I think where it becomes beautiful is like, you don't even have to have all the answers. Nope. So it's no like, what is the doubt about? Like, where does that procrastination come from? Like, you literally just put it out and then fix it as you go. I mean, look how you thugging it right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's the beautiful thing about it, man. That's what makes it. Like, yo, I'm just telling you, you don't gotta have it figured out, man.
Bro.
You don't gotta have it.
When my crib caught on fire, my apartment caught on fire end of May, June last. Damn.
I didn't know that.
Damn, it is about the year.
That's
crazy. That's so it's really like right now is like the year anniversary of the apartment caught on fire, bro. All my paintings is in there, my stuff is in there.
Wow.
And I'm just like, man, like, granted, I was already about to move out, but it's like, all this is in here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I said, you know what? I said, before that even happened, I'm buying a crib by the end of the year. I had no money saved up for it. I had no idea where I was gonna live. Charlotte, of course, was the move, but you know that's but the project and then the podcast, like how I'm gonna do that.
Correct.
Correct. Don't have the answers, but I'm just working. All right, let me save $100. Boom, save $20. I'm just saving. And I want to say by like that August, September, I was like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but December, January, I'm gonna have my crib.
When did that switch flip for you? Where you like, you know what, man? Like, I'm just gonna grind. Like, literally, I'm just gonna, man, I'm done procrastinating. We ain't no more. Hey, I'll do it next week.
Like in general in life, or
I just flipped the switch. Now I'm just about to turn up.
All my life, you know, you get things. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to do this. I want to go to the NBA.
Correct.
I want to do all that, right? I tried it. I do it, but then I got lazy with it. Like, it's a dream. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go hard for 3 days and then stop. And then, basketball tryouts is next week. Oh, bro, let me get on it real quick. I forgot. I wasn't thinking about it. When I had in my head with this podcast, bro, every single day to exhausting, I was studying, learning what I had to do, how to edit programs, studying, like, YouTube every day, like, just watching people talk. I wasn't the best. I'm still not the best talker, but it's like the consistency of it. I got better at it. Aesthetic wise, granted, you know, it's a couple things right now that, you know, still things coming together. You know, you just bought a crib, right? You know how
absolutely.
Like, it ain't day one of everything getting together, but it's like,
but rightfully so. It's a transition.
When it get to where it gotta be, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be different, but I don't. And it's crazy because when you do talk to those mentors, they still tell you, like, you know, just don't lose that perspective of like what really matters. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is, you know, it's because it's we're living to grow, right? So it's like, man, you know, what, and you're also evolving too. It's interesting. Yeah. It is though, because you don't want to lose yourself. Right, just or compromise who you are just because, you know, you're.
It's tempting.
And man,
it's tempting.
What?
Especially, I could get there real quick.
What?
And just do that just take that shortcut.
We down, like I said, I'm downtown. I'm uptown Charlotte. Uptown Charlotte. You make a right, Benz, Rolls Royce, McLaren, Corvette.
Yours.
You make a left, and you see homeless, and I'm like, man, hold on. I said, well, let me go out here and chop it. So I found myself chopping it up with, I got homeless people telling me like, and we just chopping it. In my mind, I feel like why people in those high places can't change is because they're so disconnected. And when you're disconnected, your perspective is ignorant. So you no longer even know how to even cater to a consumer. So you worrying about selling your product, not knowing that these people, even though they're not buying the product, they're still a part of that pot. Their minds is here. But you're so disconnected, you wouldn't even know. Man, I found myself out there chopping it up with a dude. He like, yeah, man, I wish they had some shade over here, for us to lay down, whatever the case. So if the city knew that shade is important, not only for them to make sure they have a shelter over their head, but it's like they could even turn that into a park area. So it's like now you hitting on two purpose. You got two purpose. Now it's a dual opportunity. You can help out the homeless and you open up a park where y'all are able to benefit financially, whatever the case. But you're disconnected. And I don't blame you. I think when you're running those big machines, most times you can't overlook those things. Or if you get too big. That's why I don't want to lose the perspective of, regardless if I'm staying uptown, let's still walk around. Let's still get around. I just don't want to lose myself, man. I don't lose myself chasing something. That's all. But and that's why I said that's a double negative, because you still want to grow. Mm-hmm. You still want to grow.
When do you feel like, because everybody has, when do you feel like you had those instances that you had to collect yourself from that?
So February 6th of 2022, I called my pops. I said, yo, pops, man, I'm about to run for Mr. Fayetteville State. Nah, man, I think you should just really focus on your grades. I think the grades, and then you don't want to get too sidetracked. Click up. I hung up on him.
Oh, boy.
Call him back. Hey, pops, I think I'm run for Mr. Fayetteville State. Oh, man, I think you should do that, man. Go ahead, fuck. Come on. Listen, there's time for corrective criticism, but not while I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Goals. Going for a goal. Dreaming is just thinking.
Come on.
I had to learn it myself.
Absolutely. And you need commitment, right? Because without consistency, you'll never start. But without commitment, you'll never finish. Huh? And I'll be honest, man. Those people, man, like, even like your family. You could probably tell your mama, I don't want to get too personal, your mama, whoever's in your life right above you, like 1950, 1960, hey, I'm doing a podcast, Mom. This is just going to be impactful. It's going to change lives. Okay, baby, yeah, just still do that.
That's cool. Mm-hmm.
But I don't blame them, because their mom or dad probably, hey, Mom, I'm going to go get a job working 9 to 5. I'm going to make 70. They probably like, you're going to make what? No, there's no way you can do that. This is 1950. You're going to make 70? You're my daughter. There's no way you can do that.
You ain't come from that. You ain't gonna be.
So I don't blame you. I don't even blame you. I just honor. But now when you do it, hey, Pa, I'm about to manifest and publish 2 journals. How you gonna do that, man? I don't think you should. Journals is out, and they're impacting. They're changing lives.
That's crazy. I know a publisher, bro. That's crazy.
Man, listen, man.
That's crazy.
That was a journey within itself. But I'm just so in love with just growth, man. I'm just so in love with just going for whatever you want in this life. I'm just so engulfed in it right now, and I'm turned up. And I'm turned up on being around just good. Not even say good, I feel like that's subjective. I'm just turned up about being around people that actually just want the same thing as me. If we can align, and you want what I want, and I want what you want, and it makes sense, then we can help out people. Let's roll.
That's so important, bro. We get stuck in trying to keep people around just because of history, instead of trying to grow. And it's people out there, bro, that you'll meet tomorrow. Just like, bro, we went about to be almost a year to the date. We met at the camp. They know you from nowhere. Sitting here with the shirts, I don't think we said 2 words to each other.
We cracked a joke.
Just started cracking jokes. Whole time cracking jokes for 30 minutes, passing out shirts.
It ain't one little joke. I think it's how, but that's the beautiful thing I love about our community, that we're able, literally, bro, off a joke. That's all it takes for us to become friends. Bruh. You walk past your black guy, 3 or 4 times. Y'all probably said what's up a couple times, and he gave you a compliment on your shoes, and y'all are best friends. That's how it works in our community. Literally, man. Literally, and I think that's just dope. But even if we didn't talk, I feel vibes out, man. You could tell.
Immediately.
What? Come on.
Immediately.
I feel it off you. That's all, yeah. I don't know how we going to figure it out, what we're going to be business partners, friends, or something going to happen, because that's just, You can't fake that. Dude can talk your head off all day, man. It's like you can feel when when something ain't right.
Exactly.
You could. We're not even, like I said, right or wrong. That's subjective, but you can feel when something doesn't align with who you are, for sure. I knew it off rip though. That's crazy. That is crazy. You got me thinking. That's wow.
Out, bro.
It's been a year. Time go by fast, man.
Bro, it's hard to put everything in perspective.
Where you at with it? Talk to me. So in a year's time, talk like what is that for you? Are you is your year ago self proud of where you are now? You know what I'm saying? And then if you are proud of where you are, do you feel like it's so much more to get, or you just feel like the only thing that could change now with time?
I felt like this first 6 months of the year, I was in a real stagnant place of like no growth, and I was trying to figure it out. And now, I mean, you know, y'all find out when y'all find out, but I done shared everybody, you know, whatever, what's to come. So it's like, yeah, that's something to look forward to. But now I'm still like looking forward to I'm just looking forward to everything. Like, it was just a point in time I didn't have a goal to go towards. So it's like, do I continue just putting out product, or do I build the quality? A lot of people scared, like, oh no, I gotta keep putting stuff out. I gotta keep saying in people's faces. I'm cool going on the back burner, figuring it out, and putting out the best thing possible.
Now I can tell you, now you're very intentional with what you do. You don't just put fast things out, and I can tell you're not just big on like just the social media tip, as opposed to like they're gonna find me, and who needs to find me will find me when they do. And I'll be honest, that building that type of foundation, especially with the guys you got around you. I mean, you got dudes pulling up like just to sit in the living room. Like, you can't fake that. You can't fake that. I think when you building it like that, just how your boy, I don't know if you've been watching it, but it's an artist out there, man. I think it's on the West Coast named LaRussell. Like the way he's doing it is different. Yeah. It's different, man. And it's like, dude, I was thinking about flying over there just to go listen to this dude rap in his backyard. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I be honest, and we even conducted that study when I was in Virginia. When I went to the military, I was at Fort Lee. We went to go talk about like resiliency, and we also just had like this different type of perspective on why people came to go see Martin Luther King in Washington D.C. And like all those black people didn't come from Alabama just to go see a black man talk or scream. Like they could see that on TV, but it's like he believed in something and he had a voice and was passionate behind it that made them feel like they could relate to something, right? And you could feel something. So I don't mind getting behind that. Well, I'll go a couple miles if I know what you're saying is what I really want to say, but I either don't have the gumption or the passion to do so. But I can feel it. What's wrong? I go up there 10 times over. What? We pull up your passion alone got me out here, man. Truthfully, that ain't for the cameras. You know, this is about 2 hour, little 30-minute drive. What? But you can't make that up.
And you know what's crazy about it? And of course, this ain't nothing. Like, you know, things happen. You down the street, yeah, bro. I'm gonna pull up. Things happen. You know, ain't nothing.
1,000.
But the fact that you drove from Charlotte to here,
man,
if you had other things to do or not, I was just like, damn, bro, about to really drive here just to do the pod? Okay, that's a little different, but I respect it.
And it's timing. And it's timing. I said, at that moment in my life, I was going through, so my mama, she had cancer around that time. She had cancer around that time, and she was fighting it. But I also was going through things with, just like, with women in my life as well, and then failed state, the pressure. And so that was like, for that year, I just had a team around me. It was like, Zay, you just can't crash out. As long as you don't crash, man, literally, I think without them, y'all have seen me somewhere, man.
But you got people around you that's holding you up, checking on you, making sure you're straight.
K-Chess!
That's tough, though, man. That's tough.
Boys, it's solid, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, I don't know if you read, this is about a story in the Bible about a dude named Solomon. And in the Bible, he asked God for just, everybody was asking for gold, and they wanted places to live, and they wanted donkeys and horses and food. And he just asked God for knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Just for those 3 things. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. He said, if I have these things, right, then I'm good. If I have these 3, I am good, right? Because the knowledge piece is, you're intelligent, but wisdom, people confuse wisdom with knowledge. It's not the case. Like, wisdom, you're knowledgeable, but you're not applying it. You're not wise. You're not applying the knowledge. You're not applying it. There's nothing wise about that, right? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And then if you understand, you're good. Because with understanding comes peace. But life doesn't owe you any understanding. If I know this person's going to do this because I understand this is what people do, there's no need for me to get mad about that. Yep. You knew. I understood that. I know that people cheat. So it's like, I just remove myself from that situation. When you do. I don't
can't be mad at
what?
Being a snake.
But why you ain't get over on her? Why you ain't get her back? I knew this was possible. She's a person. Like, she's not perfect by any means. People fall for temptation, or she probably was, she didn't like you, or whatever the case. But it's like, I get it. I understand. Man, it's interesting. It is.
I'm going through that right now, bro. I'm trying to let karma be karma, boy. But trust and believe.
Man, I promise you good, said. I probably look.
That close the murk. That much of the murk about to come out of me. But you know,
you gotta give it to
it. It is though, man.
No, that's dope though.
Mr. Issiah McLean, man, from Raleigh. How was that upbringing?
Raleigh, North Carolina, man. 919, Hoop State. It's a lot of love out there. You can grow out there. It's a lot of support. And those guys actually, they just competitive. They're competitive, man, and they want to see you. They want to see you go. I got a mentor out there named Poobie Chapman and Christian Gray. So Poobie Chapman was the all-time assist leader at North Carolina Central under LaVelle Moulton. Won a couple championships out there. He was a big influence, and he still is out there. He runs a thing called Soul Food Juneteenth right out there at Roberts Park. I mean, every year, literally. I mean, it's live, man. Everybody named Mama come back. He's good friends with John Wall, Rodney Purvis. I mean, a lot of these guys, they come back every year and just get back to the community. I mean, it's dope. Truly, it's dope. And then, of course, you know, Christian Gray, diverse training, big influence out there, man. But those guys kind of shaped and shift how I do anything. I mean, they use their story to just, you know, really, like I say, shift the way I even view or promote myself. You know, their life narratives create like this dope psychological continuity that helps grow a lot of those neighborhoods. And because they're there, I mean, Raleigh's better with them. Truly better with them. And I mean that. I mean that, man.
So from Raleigh, what made you choose Fayetteville State?
Oh, man. I don't even think people choose Fayetteville State. I feel like Fayetteville State chooses them.
That's not the first time I heard that, though. That's really not the first time I heard that.
It's such a melting pot. It's a melting pot, and that's what makes it dope, because you don't want to leave. It's like you'll talk stuff about it, and it's kind of like a toxic relationship with a woman. It's like, man, she ain't nothing, man. I ain't. And then you just next, 3 years from now, you're with her, and your homeboy like, man, I thought you were gonna leave her. Man, y'all don't know nothing. But you can't you can't get rid of it, because you understand that it's not perfect, and you look past those character flaws because of the great that it does offer you at times. And Fayetteville State has so many opportunities, and it's opened up so many doors for me. I think when I left my first school to play basketball, I went to the military, and I left the military and came right to Fayetteville State. Ever since then, I mean, because I was gonna go to Winston-Salem, chasing behind a girl. I mean, she was bad. What? She was like that. What? Dark skin joint? Man, come on, stop. Like that. What? Come on, man. I called my mom. I said, Mom, she like, man, no. So I said, okay, cool. That's God. It's Jesus. So we went to Fayetteville State. We stayed out there, and we were making it happen. I started through my little nightlife business. I had the city jumping, 300-400 people a night. Man, it was going crazy. And then we just made the transition. A girl told, she said, you should run for Mr. Fayetteville State. I'm like, man, that ain't really my type of thing. But I've been, inspiring. Well, I feel like I've been inspiring. Based off of the feedback people my whole life. And so she's like, man, that's a direct correlation. Like, make it happen. Go out there. And we put it out there. We've been rolling ever since. Truly. The favors, you can grow out here. I think it's such a blank canvas that you can paint whatever you want. Truly.
It's weird for you to say that, because you came at the right time. Literally.
Talk to me.
Timing.
Somebody said that too.
Perfect timing around the time that you came and you got here, because this is so new, bro. All these creatives and these programs and these things going on. That's why my hand is always out. Anytime you say, "Yeah, pull up to this," I got something going.
You be there. I just thought you be there. You don't even waste time.
I never had. It's never been nothing like that before.
That's actually crazy. You be there.
It's never been nothing like that. So it's like, yeah, I can come out.
What do you feel like jump started that?
Selfishly, it's probably been done before us, but the 26, 27 to like 22-year-old group really just been like jumping out the gym with stuff, just going crazy in what they do and their passion, which leads to other things, which leads to everybody coming together.
And that's 22. You said 22, 23. So that's probably
26, 27.
So you would say that's after COVID.
Yeah.
It got popping right after COVID. It seemed like during 2020. That's when we started the nightlife business. And even my mom then was like, Zay, you're crazy. She's like, ain't nobody gonna come out there. It's COVID. People, they're scared. I'm like, Mama, this is, you know.
I want to come out more because I ain't been outside.
You know the demographic we talking about? I can get, this is the audience. Well, I'm in Fayetteville. This is HBCU. If they're here, they're just gonna throw a mask on, but they're going outside. You can best believe. We ain't stand. We're not 65. Yeah, this COVID jump on us. you know.
Either it's gonna be in the dorm,
yeah,
or it's gonna be in the,
robot testing, and we back out there. You know what I mean? What? So, well, we was popping in a harder code. That's why I said during that time, and that's why I said I'm a big fan of the baby too, though. Always been. I don't know why. Literally, I probably just like what he just how he is as a person, maybe because the music is good too. But I like this during. It doesn't matter what come. Don't matter what, cause he in my mind he don't incite anything. Like it's just like if it come, he deal with it. He just deal with it, take it on the chin every time. Like at no point he just walk up to people and be like, I think I want a problem with you.
Yeah.
Like nah, like that's not the type of dude he is. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely can be portrayed that way when you just got the camera come on right when he knocking you out. You know, like I could feel that. What? But during that time, man, that was a growth period for me, cause that's when I was like, I mean, I always been. I ain't gonna say hustling, but I always had that business mind of like, yo, whatever you want to grow, just go do it. Just put it out and we'll fix it. And so when you get people around you and you treat people well, my biggest fans have always been women. I'll be honest. I love being around women. They've always been my biggest fan and supporters. So I'm like, when all my girls, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to throw this party thing. How we gonna do this? They're like, we got you, whatever you need. So I'm like, okay. I said, okay, but let me think. I need like 10 business women. I don't need no girls to shake nothing. I don't need them to be, disrespected. No, I just need 10 marketing women that can go out at any moment and talk. As a man, you looking at her mouth, not her body. She got you with her mouth. That's what that literally always turned me up for having me when I'm talking about picking like a wife and when I'm talking about a business partner. That's been dope, literally. You can ask for the party promotion. We never had any girl do no videos shaking crazy. We never had her wear nothing wild. If she wore it, it's because she wanted to. Like the marketing was just dope that way, and it worked as a dope piece because we had Bloods, Crips, whoever show up to the party. I'm meeting you at the front door. I'm meeting you there. Hey, listen. For me, this for Zay. Just don't mess nothing up in here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of you. Hey, boom. Soon they come in, I'm like, hey, dance with him, enjoy yourself. Hey, you got a drink on me? So you like, man, I'm not gonna shoot this place up. Why? He literally just. And I'm not gonna kill you at the door. Literally, you might do 10. I might do 5. Cause this is not for a profit. You gotta think around 2020, people were scared to go outside. So I'm like, let me fit it. I'm trying to fit a need. You know what I'm saying? Let me give somebody a chance to come out here. You ain't gotta worry about dying. You can have a good time. You can head back to the crib.
A little bit of money in some people's
pockets. Man, I had me a good time around that time, boy. Cause it was pure. We didn't have to worry about nothing. I never went to those parties. And I'm a guy that goes to parties on high alert. I never know what's gonna happen. I never know what's gonna happen.
I stay at the door. What?
No matter what.
I ain't gonna speak on it, but yeah.
Man, what are you, man? It was some real deal. I'm talking about some real deal monsters in there doing the Dougie. Cause they were just so comfortable. I got to do the cat. Yeah. They were having a good time because that's what we created.
Yeah.
They knew what time it was. You ain't had to come in here too hard because that's not what it was. It's not what that was, man. But in the same sense, I understand the world that you live in because I done seen it. Not so much I can relate to it. We never liked the Floods. I came from a very decent upbringing. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm out there. I don't have my nose up. So I understand. I get it. So when I'm hitting you at the door. I just want you to come in and have a good little time. That's it. Yeah, I mean, any problem that you got out there, if he's in here, do what you got to do. I would still hope that's not the case. Yeah. Because, I wouldn't even want you to wait. Literally, I think that even with the black community, it's like, why? Like, it don't even matter. Literally, it just doesn't matter. But I can't say that still because, like I said, I'm not in that world. I'm not in that world. I don't know what he did to him. I don't know what he did to him. It's just tragic. It's like, but what? It's interesting. It is. It definitely. I think maybe one day I want to at least go get engulfed in it so I can understand it a little bit more.
No, you don't.
Just to understand it. That way I'm not just out here speaking. Because when we talk about it, when you're disconnected, your perspective is ignorant.
Yeah, I'm a civilian.
All the way through and through. All the way through and through. All the way through and through.
Nah, but definitely, tell me about your journals, man.
Man.
First of all, I don't know, are they like out to the public yet?
Or they are out to the public.
Definitely.
They are on Amazon right now, which I think is dope how they do it. It's like they do Amazon Press, so it's through like KDP Publishing. And right now we got the women, of course, and then the men. The men journals is like just manifest, man. Create the life that you want. You write it down and you go create it, which is dope because it's set up in a 4-thing system. So you got your 3-month, your 6-month, your 9-month, and your 12-month goals. And then you write down the intentional steps.
Oh, so it's like an active.
Man, come on. Come on. You see what I'm saying? You write down the intentional steps. Wow. And so now you're having to hold yourself accountable, man. You're having to. You know what I'm saying? The dope thing about it, and I let you guys know, I'm trying to work it to where it's put inside of the curriculum, all up the East Coast. If that's in libraries, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, HBCUs. Yeah, I mean, this is not just one of those things. I'm not selling in a sense like I got a job. I got me a day job. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just the impact alone. Literally just the impact alone. Man, that's for me, that's crazy. Because it's never been done. I'm trying to revolutionize the way people do anything. That's the best part about it. It's crazy because I was actually put on to this play by Dr. Roderick Heath. He's the vice chancellor of Fayetteville State University, but he was like the man in North Carolina Central. I mean, he definitely like cultivated that entire. When you think about anything men-wise, programs, that was him. He did all that. So having him come out, it was a gem. He been making it happen since he been out there. Wow. What? You got to matter of fact, when next time you up there, I got to connect you to him. I think he may. Honestly, I feel like he may even be able to create a space for you to even like do that, like do those types of things, like whatever you do right now in that space. And I may even recommend you though. Not even may. I think I will recommend you actually because they have they got a keynote speaking thing coming up where I think an artist is coming out or a movie actor or whatever the case, and they're like, man, we want you to come speak, but that's not my type of thing. Like, I'm not a podcast guy. Like I don't. That's your realm. You follow me? I like that. That's, man, I'll be honest, man. Dude was like, this is how crazy life is. That's why it's gonna come full circle. I'm last week before I moved in, I'm at my house with my pops. Me and him topping it up like, yo, pops, man, like, I need me a mentor in this speaking engagement space. Like, I'm trying to jump over these hurdles. There's too many hurdles. I don't want to have to go through this. Like, he's like, yeah, pray about it, man. Go. And I believe in God. I'm like, pray about it. All right, I pray about it. Yeah. I'll pray. Went to sleep, woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Greg Penix called me, right? It's the trustee of Fayetteville State, right? And he also works for Pendo. Hey, Isaiah, man, what's up, man? Listen, I got a guy I want to connect you with, mentor yours that you can have. He does the speaking engagement space. He makes over $150,000 a year just through speaking engagements. I mean, guys pay him $20,000 just to come speak for 30 minutes. I think it'd be important for you to come out there and connect with this guy. I'm like, when I'm on the phone crying. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. I'm so tapped into my emotional, man. Literally, if I'm sad, I feel sad. Truly, like I don't hold that back. Man, you can call it what you want. Yeah, in a minute, man, I got feelings. I am a human. Yeah. So I felt that at that moment. I let them know how much I appreciate that. That's crazy. Like you can't make that up. That's the testament to what I'm talking about with me and you. Like literally, like if you want whatever you want in this life and you walk forward, he will literally provide everything you need. Easily. You won't even have, you'll be astonished. That's how you know you're supposed to be in whatever space. If you're not supposed to be there, you'll be like, man, why are things falling apart? But that's also a double negative, but it's like, why? So I connected with this guy literally within knowing him. I done messed around and got a chance to go out to the National Speakers Association out there in Charlotte. I think the registration was like $200. He covered my expense. I'm out there on the strength of him just to go out there and connect the network. Just to go connect the network. What? Got an old friend of mine hit me up like, hey, man, we want you to come speak. I'm thinking it's going to be a free engagement. Well, we don't say free. We say we waiving fees. We usually waive fees. That way they can refer us to like 5 or 10 people, which is still impactful because you never know, right? I called my mentor. He's like, hey, man, listen, this is how you play this. That waive fee turned into me going out there and being able to speak for, for a good financial benefit, right? For me, that's like, you can't make that stuff up. You can't make it up, and you just have to have a pure heart. Because my biggest challenge was, what do I charge people for something I would do for free anyway? We've been doing it for the last 5 years. I mean, you literally have been asking people about how their day was since you was young, because you truly cared. Mm-hmm. Now you're in a space where you're like, oh, okay, now it's about time for me to start feeding myself. So, and rightfully so, because you've done the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? That just makes the most sense.
People get so caught up in the dollar, bro. Like, it's just do what you're passionate about. It'll come. That's what a lot of conversations I had, bro. Just I haven't charged nobody to come on. It's great. I could $500-$600 just alone.
Easily.
No, I could have break down how like this cost this cost this.
There's dudes out there in Atlanta right now, even out there in Charlotte. I got a guy that stays at Sky House. He's in the podcast space. He does real estate podcasts. So for his guests to come on, man, he charges them a bag. Mind you, he's been in that space for like the last 15 years, right? So he's an older guy, you know what I'm saying? So he's done, and right, but it's like, still, he probably started out, like you said, the 4 or 5, like, of the value piece. Yep. But we don't know, I don't know what he went through to get, so it's like, it's But people get so caught up in the numbers or the money, like, oh, what does he got or what is he doing? It's like it doesn't matter. Like literally, he's gonna provide for you, boy. Okay, just I'm telling you, because what's gonna happen? You're gonna meet a dude that's going to connect you to something big, whatever is big, subjectively, in whatever you think is in your world for you to grow at whatever time.
Trust me, I met him. I met him. I ain't gonna say his name right now. Trust me, I met him.
But you hold value within your space. That's another thing that me and you think which me and you talked about it, but we talked about it like on another realm. Because even with Poobie Chapman, like I told him like unconsciously, I'm like, man, like I said, well, y'all gotta come out there and mess with you, man, because you got so much value. I was young, like I was probably like 3-4 years ago. I said, you got so much value out there. He said, why you feel like that? He said, I only hold value because I've been here longer, youngster. Like he said, if I can't in Fayetteville, I can't make Fayetteville shake like you can make Fayetteville shake. I'm like, wow. He said, like even LeBron, like who he is, LeBron can't come to Raleigh and get everybody to pull up like I could come out and make everybody pull up, because he's not in this particular space. That's just like I couldn't go to Akron, Ohio and make people pull up just like LeBron can make people pull up. Yep. I mean, let's be real, because we've been there longer. LeBron and metaphor might have been like huge, but then you think I'll be honest. This is me personally. I love LeBron as a human, as an athlete, everything. LeBron's coming to Raleigh. Okay, that's cool. Hope you enjoy yourself. Yeah. Like that's just me being real. This my dudes. I usually don't even bang on it. Dang, it's in the joints. I love it. Bye. But I'm just being real. Poobie say pull up to Raleigh, I'm there. Yeah. That's just too easy, right? And that's
let me pull up Fayetteville State, Raleigh, Charlotte. I'm free. I'm there.
You hold value within your space, and it's a journey for sure. So it's always easier said than done, because it's like, how do you look in the mirror and be like, man, like what I want people to see is what I already see in myself, and you got to believe it first. Like in my mind, for you, this is the biggest podcast in life. Yeah, that's just in my mind. Because you got to think, why is it the biggest podcast in life, Isaiah? Because this is my first one. The setup looks amazing, right? And you've been doing it for a while, right? And it's the one I can actually tangibly feel, and I don't feel uncomfortable. Those, when I watch other podcasts, they just seem like it's just very, very uncomfortable, or it looks scripted. Yeah. This one feels very authentic and genuine. And when you talk about a podcast and your guest, that's what you really want to hear for. Yeah, right? So within that space, then is K-Chess looking in the mirror like, man, like, yeah, I am him. Like, humbly, of course. Like, comes with humility, but I'm him. Like, this, I'm him because I have a team behind me that are real guys. You can really touch them. They really care about real things that actually, truly matter. Yeah.
Well, we got this thing on the Put Me On Game podcast called Put Me On a Minute. Got a minute to say literally anything other than political or religious, because I'm not getting canceled for nothing. I'm sorry.
No, with that.
I look out. We can't get canceled. But now you got a minute to say, do whatever you want, whatever's on your heart, to let the people know. Go crazy.
Man, I would say, first and foremost, I'm proud of you. I'm gonna do that one. We're gonna do that one first. And I'm just excited about what life has for both of us. Because I think it's about to get from here. It's like a springboard. If Fayetteville is gonna be amazing. Literally, you can just grow from however. If you need any of my services, hit me up. Infinite Future Leaders, we are around. We are definitely manifesting. We coming to motivate, professionalism, bring pride. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't called to do this. I was called to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. And it's always love, man. K-Chess, for real. Love you, man.
Love, brother. Love, appreciate this, man. Really do appreciate this. For real. And that's a Put Me On Game podcast, and we out.